Good afternoon, everybody. The Irish Demon here, back with another video. Now, this particular one I came across over on Mike the Cop's channel, and I decided that I would cover it. Turns out the video is a little bit old. It's a few months old, but it is well worth covering. So basically, this Karen is after being served with a restraining order, and I can't imagine why that might be, although I think it might come out in the video here in just a minute, and she is not happy about it. So I'm going to do this in a slightly different format where I do a kind of a live react to it and record it, and we're just going to see how it goes. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this.
Get your medications. Is there anything else that we can
My photo albums and my computers.
Nope.
I am going to grab those things while I am inside.
We're not here to
Yes, I am.
Absolutely not.
Why the hell not?
Because you need to go to the courthouse, like Officer Usher said, to get a writ of assistance for anything outside of your medications and immediate toiletries.
That's bullshit.
That's not.
So just to clarify about this, so I used to work in a restraining orders court, so I have a lot of experience with this. Obviously, it's a little bit different from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, but generally speaking, a police officer would be able to accompany you to the home that you are restricted from entering or near the person that you're restricted from being near to get your very basic needs, your toiletries, your medication, etc. As for picking up your, TV and whatever other things that you own, generally speaking, as he said, you have to go to the court, get a writ of assistance, and then you would be brought over by the police to pick up your stuff, basically. But in this scenario, she's just been served, so they don't essentially have the time to do that right now.
It's not bullshit.
It is too.
Well,
who's your supervisor, Sheldon?
Sergeant Whiteman.
What's his phone number?
50.
And what's the case number you're going to give me?
I don't have a case number.
Why not?
Because I don't need one right now.
This is a case of domestic violence.
No, it's not. It's
yes, it
case
is.
of you trying to get your stuff.
He hurt me.
That was last week. We have a number of officers that have been out here over the last week. I just spoke with a couple of them.
You did, huh? And what did they tell you? Did they say they're going to help me?
Do you want your stuff or do you not want your stuff?
You have been no help
I'm
whatsoever.
asking a simple question.
Translation, you're not doing exactly what I tell you to do, so you're no help. Yeah, it is a case of domestic abuse, and as we will see later, it is from you to the person that you abused.
Do you want your stuff or do you not want your stuff?
You can at least get your medicine.
I want my stuff.
Okay. You guys remain right here.
And what if we don't?
Reasonable, ma'am.
Reasonable? Like I'm afraid of you guys? Because you happen to be police officers?
That's not really what he said, though. Like, you being afraid of them or not does not dictate whether or not you are reasonable. You are unreasonable. Again, as we will see in just a minute here.
I'm not afraid of you. What's your name?
Officer Usher.
What's your first name, Usher?
Officer Usher.
Usher? James Usher. Do you have a business card?
I do.
Can I have one?
After we're done here, yes, you may.
Do you think you're tough? Are you a good cop or a bad cop?
I'm a very reasonable cop, ma'am.
But here's the thing, like when you're trying to get an officer to help you with something, I don't think really abusing them is the way to go.
Yeah, you are. You're a f***ing bad cop, Usher. And that Sheldon douchebag is an even worse cop than you. And you guys have been out here and you f***ing arrested me and I made a scene and so therefore, what am I, unsafe?
Yes, you are. I made a scene. Why am I not surprised that you made a scene? Come on, man.
Is that what my record says?
I don't know what your record says, ma'am.
Why not?
I haven't looked you up.
Did you talk to the other officers who the other douchebag talked to? What's his name? Your partner?
Okay, thank you.
What's your
No, you're
partner's
good.
name?
You don't need to apologize.
What's
You're
your
good.
partner's name? What's his name? Excuse me. Usher, I'm asking you a question.
Not a single shit given. He's like, I'm not here to answer your questions, lady.
What's your partner's name?
In the house?
Yes.
Brian Sheldon.
Brian Sheldon is a f***ing douche coming out of my vajayjay.
What? That's just uncalled for, ma'am.
He's a pussy. He is a cunt.
Wow.
You're going down, Usher.
Wow.
I'm filing a lawsuit against the City of Lake Oswego Police Department.
That's one of the main Karen things right there. I am filing a lawsuit. Oh no, I'm terrified. Let's see how many other Karen points she hits on here.
And you can't even look me in the face? Are you afraid of me? What are you afraid of, Usher?
Your partner's going through his pockets. I'm making sure I'm safe and everyone else here is safe.
Oh, please.
Thanks, ma'am.
You gonna break out your gun?
Going 30 on code 4.
You gonna kill him because he, looks like a hoodlum? He looks
Like a hoodlum. Well, here's the thing, right? So I've worked in kind of security services and things like that my whole life, my whole adult life, obviously. I wasn't like a 6-year-old bouncer or anything. But one of the things you learn very, very quickly is when somebody starts fidgeting with their pockets, going through their pockets. It's one of the first things that I look at when I meet somebody that I don't know. I look at their pockets to see if there is anything there that could harm me. It's a learned behavior that I can't get out of. It's the same as when I go to a restaurant. I like to sit kind of with my back to the wall and be able to see where everything's at. It's just the way it is. I've had a lot of people pull weapons on me, pull all sorts of things on me. So you just learn how to do that. And he's doing that right here.
He looks like a cancer patient. You want to take me to the hospital?
Wow.
You think that's where I need to go? Huh? Do ya, Usher?
Yeah, mental hospital.
You guys are no help at all. How much do you make? Where do you live?
Wow.
You probably live in Tiger, have a shitty little house. Or
Wow.
you walk around like you own the place because you think you're tall and you're manly and you're steadly and everybody's afraid of you.
Like, why pick on, how much money he earns or what size house he's got? Like, look at the difference between him and you, right? You might be wealthy. I believe she lives in a really wealthy area. So yeah, you might be wealthy. I think she's a lawyer as well. Anyway, you might be wealthy. He might not be overly wealthy, whatever, but he's probably way happier than you are. He's got, he might be feeling very fulfilled in his life, in his job, in his home life, whatever the case may be. You clearly are not. You are clearly miserable. So I'd much rather be miserable. Sorry, that's not right. I would not much rather be miserable. I'd much rather be poor and not miserable than really wealthy and miserable.
Isn't that the way it is, Usher? Hey, keep your hands out of your pockets, okay? You're really that worried about my friend?
Like you'll see in other videos, I don't have them to hand. I can't find it right now, where she is just straight up abusing her partner. It's bizarre. It is bizarre.
Joey, that's my friend.
That's fine.
There's Luke.
Looks like Officer Sheldon has your medications for you. Okay.
No.
Your ton of medications, I'm sure. Like somebody like this, right? Let's be real here for a second. And this is not to mock people who are neurodivergent or have mental health issues, of course. The reality of the situation is this lady clearly has some serious mental health issues. I mean, you'll see it. Trust me, you'll agree, I'm sure. And yeah, so she obviously needs some help, whatever it may be. But at that moment in time where she's there abusing her partner, abusing the cops and stuff like that, that's not the time to be kind of, giving out cuddles. That's the time to take care of business.
No, he doesn't.
Looks like it.
That's not my medications.
It's got your name all over it.
So I have vitamins in there that I need to get.
Ah, yes, the vitamins. You got to get the vitamins.
I have naturopathic vitamins.
I'm not going to go through all that
No comment.
stuff. You're going to have to go to a pharmacy to get vitamins and foods. Okay, well, you can pick that up.
Wow.
Jeff's not here. Okay?
Bullshit.
I'm not going to let you in the house.
I
Lucas
heard
is by
him.
himself. He's
I
not in-
heard him.
I just want.
Like just throwing the stuff on the floor like a child, just a proper temper tantrum. God damn, man. What is wrong with these people?
Walk through the whole house. He's not in there.
I
So
don't know.
you're free to leave. If you want any further stuff, you're going to have to make the arrangements either with Jeff or get a writ of assistance from the Clackamas County Courthouse.
And how do I do that, dickhead?
Well, call them and they'll tell you.
Oh, really?
How hard is it? Like,
Oh, like they're so helpful during this time of need.
Absolutely, they are.
You are not helpful whatsoever. Do you
Okay.
hear me?
All right.
You
well, I
suck.
hope you get your medications.
You
That you just
suck,
pulled all over the floor.
and so do you face.
You don't live here
I am
anymore,
calling.
So if you come back,
I do too live here.
not anymore. You just
not anymore, you don't.
Yes,
have a new
I
roommate.
do. I live here.
you just said you had a new.
I live here.
Okay, you need to leave.
Shut up.
Wow.
You need to leave.
Shut up right now and let me into my house.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to kick down the door
No,
then.
you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm going to bring a drill back here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I can be just as calm as you are, you fuckface.
Wow.
Great.
You.
Then why can't you?
I am. I'm perfectly calm.
Sorry. Clearly, perfectly calm. Like, you look at this lady, she is the epitome, the epitome, if you will, of calmness. Look at those eyes, man. So, I'm perfectly calm. That's the most terrifying thing about all this. Like, shout all you want, but it's the I'm perfectly calm. That's the most terrifying part.
So am I.
You don't realize I am the greatest actress you have ever seen. You want to see mania? Huh? Or do you want to see me floating in the sky?
I'd like to see you pick up your stuff and just leave.
Yeah, why don't you act like you're about to pick up your stuff and shut up, Karen?
Oh, I have every right to be here, so fuck.
Are you going to pick up your stuff that you just littered all over someone else's property?
You gonna arrest me for littering?
We can certainly call a couple hospitals and find you a spot.
Oh, really? I'm really threatened by you.
I'm not. It's not a threat. That's a fact.
What's
Wow.
what am
Nice.
I
Based.
what's my diagnosis there, sir?
If
You don't need a diagnosis, just point of fact here. So I've seen this on many, many, many occasions. So you don't actually need to be diagnosed with a mental health issue on the spot to be sectioned or whatever it is in whatever country you may be in. Obviously, again, from jurisdiction to jurisdiction is different. But generally, if you are perceived to be a threat to yourself or others and clearly displaying severe mental episodes, which could be a threat to you or others, then absolutely you could be sectioned without a diagnosis. Because it might not be necessarily a diagnosable condition. It could be drug-induced psychosis. It could be anything.
you're in immediate danger to yourself or others, which clearly you're demonstrating right now, then
And just to clarify, I have seen snippets of this video. Basically, I skipped through 2 minutes at a time and found interesting bits. So I don't know every part of this video.
we can find you a spot in the
Am I
hospital.
clearly demonstrating that?
Yes,
Because I
you are.
littered
Yes.
medicine.
I don't think it's because you littered medicine. I think it's because of the fits that you had. The fact that you threatened to kick down the door of a house that you are restrained from entering. The fact that you're clearly displaying that you are not 100% all there right at this moment when there's somebody being protected from you inside the house. Yes, that probably would be grounds. Maybe she's not quite tipped over that level just yet. I think that's kind of probably obvious, as much as most people might say, oh, she should just be blah, blah, blah. The reality is she's probably not quite tipped over that level just yet, but she's very close. She's flying very close to the sun.
I am a threat to
You
myself.
just told me that you were going to drill a hole through the door so you can get into that house.
You dumb
I'm sorry now to interrupt so quickly, but I just wanted to say, like in Australia, where I worked in the court system and in the restraining orders courts in particular, if you made a threat like that to a police officer that you were going to go to the home of the person that you were restrained from having contact with, even just that threat alone is grounds for arrest. Absolutely. I don't know if that's the case where they are. I believe they're in Oregon. If somebody can check that out and let me know, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, so that threat alone, because there was kind of a violent threat there, and that she didn't say that she was just going to go back to the house. She said she was going to go back to the house, kick the door in, and use a drill to drill through the door. So that would absolutely be grounds for arrest in Australia.
You. Fuck you and fuck you and the Las Vegas, Lake Oswego Police Department. Fuck off.
Is there
Wow. Oh yeah, Lake Oswego. That was the place somebody mentioned is like a really fancy area. But you know, the thing is, maybe he does have a little house. But guess what, Karen? He's going to be able to go back to his little house when he's finished work. You're not.
anything else that we can do for you?
Yeah, leave.
We're going to leave when you leave.
No, I'm not leaving.
Again, refusing to leave the area. Now, obviously, when you get a restraining order, especially when it comes to a property, there's usually a boundary, essentially a circle of protection put around that boundary. In Australia, it kind of starts at about 50 meters, but it can be up to kilometers. Like you can't come within a certain area of somebody. So I don't know what it is. Obviously, in this scenario, you know, I'll have to try find the case file or whatever so I could see. But if you were refusing to leave and it was clearly harassing the person that you were protected, that was protected from you, then that would absolutely be grounds for arrest under the order. But obviously, I don't have the order. Every order is different. Judges can change specific parts of it. So, you know, I obviously don't know what it is. But generally, that would be a rule of thumb. She's at the door. Oh, man, arrest her ass straight up. I didn't see this bit. Oh, man, that would be like, I don't know. Okay, I'm not coming down hard on the cops here. And as I always say to people, and I get crap for this all the time when I don't just automatically side with the cops. Again, I haven't seen the order, but to me, knocking on the door of the house that she's restrained from being at would be grounds for arrest. So I'm not sure why they're not removing her here. But again, I haven't seen the order, so I can't say that this is, you know, bad on the cops' part. But from what I can see, it would be appropriate that she be removed. So even allowing her to approach the house, in my opinion, is not great. But, you know, again, I'm going to get the hate comments like, oh, always side with the police. No, I'll side with whoever's right. That's the way I roll.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely 100%
Stay away
true.
from me, please.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to stay away from me.
What are you afraid of?
Get 6
lot.
feet away from me, or you will get put on the ground.
You're going down, Sheldon.
Okay.
You go to church, you go to River West.
Okay.
You're the worst Christian I've ever met.
All right.
This video
How
is going
so?
viral, Betty.
Oh yeah, it's going viral, buddy, but for the wrong reasons, Karen.
Look forward to it.
No help whatsoever. I have the most brilliant mind you have ever met.
I'm sure you do.
I have creativity coming out of my mind. I hear from God. Do you?
Yep.
What does he tell you, diphead?
Diphead. Make up your mind. Is it dipshit or is it dickhead? Diphead. I kind of like that. It's a bit of a milder version of both, I guess.
Well, not those types of things.
Oh, diphead? Is that a really scary word for you?
No.
Oh, because he tells me to change the world. And I'm going to do it. And you're going to help me.
Wow.
And you're going to get sued in the meantime.
So let me get this right. So God is telling you that you're going to change the world with Sheldon's help over here. So basically you're like, hey, Sheldon, me and you, we're going to change the world. But first, I'm going to sue your ass. Really? Like, oh, man.
Okay.
Okay? I'm a lawyer.
Great.
This is my house.
I'm a lawyer. That's another kind of Karenism there.
5866. This is my $1 million neighborhood.
What, the whole neighborhood cost $1 million? That's not that much. I live in $1 million house, but that's, to be fair, that's because the housing prices in Ireland are ridiculous. Nah, it's not $1 million house. Anyway, if you lived in Ireland, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. A small 1-bedroom flat in Dublin City is like $2 or $3 million bucks, so it's not a big flex.
And these are the fuck faces.
Joey? Okay. Thanks, Joey.
Jamie, we should just go. Really, there's nothing we're gonna accomplish by staying here. We'll get rid of assignment.
You sure? Or Usher?
I've already told you, man.
I forgot. I've
It's
got
on your
fucking
recording,
million
don't worry
things
about
going
it.
on in my brain.
Officer Usher.
My brain moves a lot faster than you, so catch the up, dipshit.
Yeah, maybe it does move faster, but it doesn't seem to be able to retain information very well, does it?
Jamie, come on. I got you.
You have no education.
I got you.
What kind of education do you have, Usher? Did you go to college? No, you didn't.
So what? Like, here's the thing. Some of the richest people in the world that I know, some of the happiest, most successful people in the world that I know don't have formal education. I was a dropout. I dropped out of film. I had to drop out of law because I moved back to Ireland. But, you know, that doesn't determine who's intelligent or not. Like, I mean, I am not, as I say, I'm not formally educated to a very high degree, but I consider myself reasonably intelligent. Most people I know are probably more intelligent than her and dropped out of high school.
You went to some school to become a fucking police officer, and now you think you're all powerful.
This isn't helping.
That's bullshit.
This is not helping.
You're a bad cop. We're out of here. Come on.
Like, my experience of him there, and again, as I say to people, I will always side with who's right. I don't care if you're a cop. I don't care if you're a Karen. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And I call it as I see it. What I've seen from this officer this whole time is that he's been reasonable, respectful. He hasn't been nasty. He hasn't been condescending. Been very professional. So I've got nothing to add to that. I think he did a great job. The other guy, exact same. I think he was very professional and just didn't take her crap.
You guys suck! The Lake Oswego Police Department f***ing sucks!
I bet everybody else in that neighborhood is like, the Lake Oswego Police Department fucking rocks for getting rid of Karen.
You hear me?
Everyone
you
hears
suck,
you.
Jeff Johnson! You're the devil! That was f***ing bullshit.
I agree, but there's nothing.
This is f***ing going viral, dude.
Do you want me to
This
help
is
you?
f***ing
Do
bullshit.
you help you get rid of assistance?
Oh, here comes another police officer.
They
Wonderful.
might have called backup. Let's get out of here. They want you to leave, so let's leave.
There's another cop.
Let's leave.
Would you listen to Earthworm Jim over here and just leave already? Like, you're making this work. And another thing, Earthworm Jim, get out of there. What are you doing? How can you not see this? This is her new, I think she called him like her toy boy or something like that, right? Get out right now. Hey, Earthworm Jim, listen, get out right now. Get out right now. How can you look at what's going on with this person and her ex-partner and not get out? Oh, man. Get out, Jim.
That's kind of their message. They're like, we want you to go.
He knows it too.
That's all they want is for us to leave. All they want. Listen, if you give them an excuse, they can throw you in that mental place.
I don't give a shit. I like the mental place. You're my sugar daddy.
There it is.
I'll be a little bit for today if we can get the fuck out of here.
Jim, run. Jim, I'm telling you, I don't know how to tell you any more than this. Run away right now. You seem like a nice chap, even though you're wearing 2 woolly hats for some reason. You seem like a nice chap. You seem like a well put together, intelligent guy. You'll have no problem getting a lovely lady. Please, for the good of humanity, run away from this lady. Anyway, lads and lassies, all I can say is wow. Wow, this lady is top tier Karen crazy, like peak disaster mode. Okay, so here's the thing. The whole Karen thing, it's fun, right? And it gets thrown around a lot, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, if somebody bothers me, I call them a Karen to kind of trigger or wind people up. It's just being thrown around a lot, okay? She is a legit Karen. Like, she is a legit mad, crazy Karen bunny boiler type lady. Stay away from people like this. They're going to cause you a lot of trouble. So Jim, hit me up. If you're still out there, blink twice. Well, I suppose everybody blinks twice. I blink a lot. Just give me a sign, Jim. I'll know. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this format, just let me know. I kind of like doing these because it's a bit more kind of free flowing and it's a lot of fun to make. And so yeah, if you guys did like this format, I would really appreciate your feedback down below. Whatever it might be. It could be, I know I'm going to get the stop interrupting, you talk too much. That's the whole point of a reaction video. But other than that, let me know what you think, because I'd really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, make sure and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Also, I have and I'm just going to say it, epic merch store at the moment. So check that out in the links down below. You will not be disappointed. It has been so cool getting photographs of people with their Irish Demon mugs and their Irish Demon t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. It's overwhelming, and I really appreciate all the support. Lads and lassies, have a good